some of you saw that I rescued a bee earlier. Here's my little bee friend. It's starting to rain outside, and I would feel cruel if I rescued her to only bring her or him outside. But you can see that there's some little pollen building up, and I'm just kind of happy that she's hanging out with me. Just because I'm dressed like a farmer, but yeah, I'm also gonna plant some seeds, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't involve some type of spirit guide totem. That's gonna be this little bumblebee cutie right here. So I'm looking at the pocket guide to spirit animals from, Stephen Farmer. That's not intended. It's time to get organized and get to work on that idea that you want to implement and develop. Approach your projects with commitment, diligence, and dedication, and you'll succeed beyond your wildest expectations. Involve several others in a cooperative and life-affirming venture, one in which everyone who participates will benefit, and if possible, one that involves the entire community. Take the time to appreciate and enjoy the sweetness of life. This is a very fertile time for you physically and creatively. Yes, I like that. One where you can bring your ideas into fruition. This is a very productive cycle for you to stay with whatever you're working on, and there will be a favorable outcome. Yes, I absolutely love that. I do love bees secretly. I've never actually said this to anyone except for my partner, Crystal. Someday, we want to retire to a bee farm. So I have the bee book ready to go to educate myself. I don't know the first thing about bees except that they symbolically mean life, and that sometimes things come full circle in life. If you've read my chapter in Shadow Alchemy, I talk about how art journals have helped me heal. And I'm actually just gonna show you some of those and what they look like. This is two of them. They are messy, they're awkward and cringy and weird, just like me, just like this video. I'm practicing it, so of course when you first start off something, it feels awkward and cringy and clunky and weird, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. So practice by doing. And you know, in this journal here, this is my safe space, you guys. These are journals where I went to use symbolically as my own portal to help myself heal, and just create and play and dance with life. And I treated them as real, you know, real important things, like a place for me to go and play and explore and just dive deep into my heart and soul and all those things that I desire. But here's one, and I thought of this morning, is that sometimes to do, you have to undo. And I was trying to like manifest from a place of brokenness. And to me personally, like some people can and some people do, but for me personally, that didn't work. And I know that I had to heal a version of myself that needed healing in order to actually believe that I was worthy of actually manifesting something. And a lot of that work stems from, believe it or not, my mom. This is a picture of my mom on a horse. And my mom's name is Deborah. Deborah, if you look that up, means bee and life. Deborah is the person who brought me life. Sometimes things just come full circle, and I love how things happen like that. So this is a story. I'm telling you a story, and if you I'd be honored if you hung with me and heard me out, and I won't be offended if you don't. I see that there is one person that's live there. I can't see who you are, but hello and thank you. If you want to say hi to me, that's great. So I wanted to share, maybe if you saw my video yesterday, there was like, I don't know, 80 something views, and maybe some of you just literally saw me. Hi, Auntie Joe. And dipped out or whatever. But if you did watch it, you heard me talk about going to visit my mother yesterday and how crazy that was. My mom is a person that has several mental illnesses, and March is her time of year where she gets very manic, and it's exhausting to deal with, like really exhausting. And I talked about how when I pulled up, hi Uncle Alan, I talked about how when I pulled in, someone, it wasn't my mom that yelled at me, it was someone that was like, you parked in the wrong spot, rah, rah, rah. So I went from being excited and happy about my day and how that would go and how that would play out to being very low vibrational, to like, what the fuck, why did I come here? These people are crazy, rah, rah, rah. And I was totally acting out in an unhealed version of myself, which is Debbie's daughter. And someone actually used those words. That's when I was told to go and move my car, I did, and then I moved it to a spot where I couldn't park there either. And once, my mom's friend had said to the man that had asked me to move my car, Dawnsy, hi uncle, aw. So I moved the car, and he came over and he talked to me, and he was fine, but it was just like, it just threw me off. So my mom's friend said to him after I was walking away, that's Debbie's daughter. And you'd have to know this to actually know how I would be instantly triggered by those words. That's Debbie's daughter. I don't forget where I'm from, because I just don't forget where I'm from. Side note, I'm not from here. I'm from the Cosmic Sisters, the Seven Sisters. Whatever. You can laugh. That's fine. You say tomato, I say tomato. Ha, ha, ha. Tomato. Tomato. Ha, ha. Anyways, So Debbie's daughter is a version of me that responds out of trauma, was afraid of her own shadow, broken, somebody come save me, somebody help me, I'm wounded, I'm broken and busted. And yes, all of those things were very, very, very true. But Debbie's daughter wouldn't sit in front of you today and talk live and be very vulnerable and in the moment. So that's a version of me that doesn't exist. And she wanted someone to come and save her. And she was afraid of the future, and she was afraid of the world and people around her. And that was her story for the longest time. And some of you probably see me now and like, well, Crystal saves you, Crystal does this, Crystal does that. We are a partnership, and if you're thinking that Crystal saves me, I invite you to take that idiot and lovingly shove it up your ass. We are a partnership, and I manifested my partner because I believed. I manifested her from a place of being healed and trusting the fact that I could get a valuable partner, and someone that works hard, someone that's smart, someone that believes in all of the magic that I believe in. And if you don't know, I actually manifested her from a place of loving myself and honoring myself and believing that I could have a partner that loved me wholeheartedly and believed in me and believed in my dreams. And that was a seed that I planted for myself. And then I just let it go. I just wrote it to the universe. This is what I want in a partner. This is what I believe I deserve in a partner. And I let it go. And she showed up exactly the way that I wanted her to, through a mutual friend. She's everything that I thought she would be. Sometimes she drives me crazy. Sometimes I drive her crazy. But we are a partnership and we make it work. And because she adores me and loves me, I'm in a place where I get to be taking a sabbatical for myself and taking care of myself. And I love that about her. She believes in me, she believes in my dreams, and she takes care of me, and I take care of her. It's a partnership. But I said all of that to say this. The journals that I work in, I believe, as I said, hi Cammie, as I said, that they are portals. And yes, it's words on paper, but trust that words have power. Words are spelled. That's why they call it a spelling, because it's all vibrations. It's all energy. I actually started saying grace over my food because some of the food that we eat, let's face it, we don't know where it's from. We don't know where it's sourced. If you're lucky, you do. If you have that privilege, that's amazing. But I started to say grace over my food and asking God to bless it, to purify it, remove toxins. I believe in that. And scientifically, if you ever see, the jar of things that they put in and they speak kind words over it and they speak negative words over it, science shows you that words and power and energy are a real thing. So I won't, if you disagree with that, that's great. That's on you. I'm not here to debate that. It's my belief and I believe it. But so this is a journal page that I created, and it's simply called Abundance. And when I put this out there, I was just doing it from a place of images that I was just simply drawn to. And that is carrots, corn, there's little me with a piece of melon. And I kid you not, when I wrote this, when I made this journal page, I kind of forgotten about it. I just made it and just walked away from it. And then later that same night, someone had posted on the Buy Nothing group here and said that the city hall was giving out free seeds. So it was close to 7 o'clock. They closed at 7. I was like, I'll go and I'll see what they have. Not really expecting much. And if you watch that go live, then you know that I walked away with an abundance of seeds, you guys. An abundance of them. And I showed you the corn. There was peas. There was melon. And in that is the Dawn mix. Sometimes you just can't make this shit up. So I believe in magic. Those who don't believe in magic never seem to find it or something. My childhood bestie gave me a blanket. Donna Mary Jackman gave me a blanket that says that it's one of my favorite blankets, and she knows my heart. And but there is the law of attraction is a real thing. Thank you, Annie. They backwards. Yes, I agree with you. The law of attraction is a real thing. And I couldn't sit here and tell you these things without doing the work for myself. If you know my story, and this is the bestest part, is I can see that my Uncle Alan and my Auntie Jo are watching me. Now, here again, they're part of my amazing story. I'm a product of a one-night stand, a love child. Yeah, that's me. And so Debbie's daughter, those words were equated with shame and, a mistake. But me, this version of me is like, fuck that. I am meant to be here, and I'm meant to tell this story. As messy and awkward and fucked up and cringy as it is, here I am telling you this story. And this is something that I created. There's value in my story. So, you can say to me that art is useless and doesn't have a place and it's just art and it's a waste of time. But I also know this quote, that time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. So I choose to spend my time creating things. I love to create. It's a tool that I have used when I was broken Debbie's daughter, Dawn. And I now lovingly refer to her as little Donnie. My auntie calls me Donnie. My Aunt Pam called me Donnie when I was little. I don't know how that name stuck, but somehow it did. So today I come to you with all these amazing, nothing is by chance. That's right, Uncle. Today I come to you and I'm planting seeds of a different kind, the ones that magically showed themselves to me. And I'm manifesting my inner farmer with my shirt. And this is my green shirt that I got with my grandmother. We went to Savers. That's our tradition, is to go to Savers. It's like Fall River's Goodwill. Like, we have Goodwills here. And I love the color green. My grandma does too. There's magic in that. But so I'm gonna plant some seeds, you guys, my magic seeds, and I'm gonna continue to create and bring something in the world that wasn't here before. And planting seeds, you know, we talked about just now, if you are lucky enough to have your own food and grow your own food, then that's great. I'm gonna grow my own food. We're gonna grow our own food here. And if you would like, there's way too many seeds for me to plant by myself here. So I'm going through and using and putting aside what I want to use. But please, if you have a garden, you want a garden, tell me what you need. There's so much. There's flowers here too. I mean, I'm gonna teach myself how to garden. When COVID first came out, when COVID first hit, the pandemic first hit, I was out of a job just because the enrollment at Pine Tree was low. So I last person on the job, you know, last one in, first one out type of stuff. So they got rid of me. And I spent that time growing a garden for the first time, maybe the second time in my life. But and I learned a lot, you know, like I learned a lot, but I'm gonna grow a garden again this year, and I'm gonna have fun with it and play with it and just explore with it. And I'm gonna show you one more thing in my today's show and tell and story time. So when I went to Lowe's to get these, we do have our old ones from way back then. But I cannot help myself when I go into Lowe's and I grab all these colorful paint samples, and I always plop them up and be like, do you guys charge for these? I know they don't charge, but someday they may charge. And the stack that I brought in, I probably should have paid for them. But I love color, and I love to play in color. And then the cool thing is that this is my very my magical inner child speaking. But some of the colors I was just drawn to, look at these: cosmic pink, the Seven Sisters, which again, I'm from there. Scarlet Sun, Fiery Sky, Illuminate Me, or Yellow, Sunspark, like all these fun little, and this one I thought of my gram, which is Sassy Green. Sassy Green. My gram is a little bit sassy, just like me. So yeah, so my cat is over there watching me, thinking that I'm crazy, just looking to, talking to you all. And my little bee friend, she's just hanging out. So I put her on the crystal. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. But she did leave us some pollen. I'm gonna just kind of Google it to see if I can actually help her. I'm hoping that the good vibrations of the crystal help her out. Because she or he, I don't claim to know, but, and don't mind my messy fingers, nail polish. So she's just hanging out with me, and we will see what, oh, look at her. She just wants to come right up on my finger. So again, old me would be like, oh, I'm not putting a bee, I'm going to get stung. No, I trust her. Anyways, if you have watched this far along, I thank you so much for being with me. And again, if you're watching this and you want some of these seeds, I would gladly mail them to you. It's about abundance. We all get to partake in that. And let me know what you need. And just remember, sometimes we have to undo before we can do. Thank you again for being here with me. I love you and I wish you well. Go easy. Have a great day. Mwah.